Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
Oh, how do I sound?
You sound fantastic.
I was going to actually do this as a bit, like if the premise of your podcast was the Morning Zoo.
My podcast?
Not ours.
Oh, okay.
Ones. And you don't like to use the word ones comedically?
No. Or monetarily.
Or monetarily. Well, ones, absolutely. I keep the ones on the outside. I'm Jewish.
Sure.
And the 20s. No, I keep the 20s. Okay. I think that would be the hardest premise to keep up 365.
The Morning Zoo?
The Morning Zoo.
It would be hard, yeah.
It kills me.
Some people have kept it up. Some people have kept it up for real for 20 years. Tom Bernard is just retiring after 35 years on KQRS.
Wait a second. He retired while I wasn't up in Minneapolis?
Yes. Just now, like this week.
I got to tell you something, Josh. Whoa. I'm pretty happy about it, but maybe those people who were out planting the petunias or building a cement deck, they might be a little bit disappointed because it's 61 degrees downtown Los Angeles and it's drizzling. Ladies, don't put those raincoats away. Okay, I don't have the energy. Now you can see how you couldn't have how could you have the energy to keep going, wow, what were you doing last night over at the club?
Well, it's because it's all heading up. This is all during the intro to a song that you're talking. Is it?
I thought they go no songs on those shows.
No, I guess it varies.
4 songs an hour. I played 4 songs an hour.
That's what Bernard used to do. It was basically like,
I know.
Yes.
Hey, what's the deal with these dogs these days? I just wrote this bit for it's Seinfeld dogs bit. What's the deal with the dogs barking? Who are these dogs?
Yeah.
Why are Don't give me. Bud Abbott never did the antagonistic.
I dare you to make the next sentence.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, the thing that's different between you and an amateur and me and the pros, when something's dead.
It's Greg Abbott I'm doing.
Seriously, though, it's not funny because he does a lot of his policies result in people like, trans people think they're getting imprisoned and all this kind of stuff. He's very funny. He's like cutting edge funny.
Yes.
Did you see him at the when he appeared and lied about the Uvalde?
Something like that. Uvalde is how I've been saying.
And that's also a topic not so going to be not so funny on your Morning Zoo after a while. What is the deal with these schools? Why are you late today? Why are you wearing a shield?
Uvalde was the thing that hung at the back of your throat like a punching bag.
Excuse me. Just had this is a thing coming in from Uvalde. Terrible tragedy happens there. Please tell Josh to schmosh.
Let me finish.
Tell Josh to schlosh. Come up with something Morning Zoo-like from your name, Josh. It's impossible.
We're just joshing you here on the Big 95. Here's Journey.
I didn't say
I was alone. I never knew about love.
Hey, those Macy's Tell Gimbals. I'm out of the Kindler 1949. Okay, Josh.
Right, okay.
That was enough of reel it in. It is drizzles.
Did you fall asleep there? Did you just nod off?
That happened earlier in the podcast. Not tonight. Always when I worked with that one guy who did this joke more than once when he directed Everybody Loves Raymond. He did the same joke 2 different times. I mean, different weeks that he didn't remember. And he goes, let's take it. Ready to go? Let's take it again. From the pilot. All right, everybody, ready to take it again? From the pilot. The first time he did it, boom.
Yeah.
Big laughs. And knowing glances in the Everybody Loves Raymond crew.
Sure.
Second time, not the same week.
Sure.
That's what you would never. That would just be weird.
He forgot that he had gone through the rotation last time.
You know what? Maybe I don't want to say it was as embarrassing. No, it couldn't have been the same week. It was definitely another time it would happen another time when he would not remember. He couldn't even remember. Did I do every bit of my shtick?
Whereas you, always fresh.
No, but I just think of that one time when I was on the jury, and the guy found out, the judge found out I was a comedian because I had a sign saying for bookings, call this. And I was laughing at everything he would say, but he was cracking me up. But it was obviously well-worn patter, I think.
Yeah.
And at the end of the trial, like one of the ladies with the lady, not just she had to be a lady, but the stenographer, whatever, she goes, "Boy, gosh," he really pulled out all the stuff for you. He was,
He was getting laughs and therefore.
Yeah.
If you can make the comedian laugh, you must be hilarious.
Because he did do the one about something was meant beating with a stick. He was more tasteful than that, but he did say like beatings was based on some thing about English law where you could beat somebody. I don't know. The point was that we don't do that today. But I'm not saying he was able to execute it, but he's done it many times.
Yeah.
That's actually from English common law. He wasn't playing it for laughs. And it had to do with something about the length of a stick that you could beat your wife with. Does that make sense?
Well, that's it. I had a judge do the same shtick with me, asking, sort of quizzing the jury, do you know why the length of, why the table is the certain length from the judge? And it's because it's a sword's length. Like, so no one can lunge at the judge with the sword.
It's the same bit.
Before being stopped. Yes.
Same bit.
And I got it right, by the way.
But would you not?
By getting it right, I automatically made myself the foreman of the jury because I was willing to talk out loud.
And by laughing at the judge, I probably extended the stupid trial for a day.
Probably.
So he could fit in all of his shtick. Well, I'm going, you don't do that. That's what you don't do.
As I used to say on one of the shows I worked on, I think the one that Regi was the showrunner of, we'd be sitting there late in the day just kind of schmoozing, and I go, well, we laughed ourselves into traffic. Way to go.
Oh, that hurts, though, doesn't it?
A little bit.
It does hurt. Because, especially if someone prides themselves, well, does anybody pride themselves on being a taskmaster? I heard that if you work on the Joe Torre shows, it's not Joe Torre, is it?
The Joe Torre show? The
Joe Laurie shows.
Oh, I know who you're talking. Chuck Lorre.
Chuck Lorre show. I was playing the dumb guy, but I played it too long because I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I just worked for Chuck Lorre once for doing Punch Up on a Pilot, and I got the sense very quickly that we would not be a good mesh.
Right, but also, in addition to being unpleasant, isn't he a long sessions guy?
I think so. Most sitcoms are. Almost every sitcom is, except for Raymond.
Right. Raymond was, you get in at 9, you get out at 5. And go home, think of something that happened in your own life. I don't know what I'm doing, but that was the whole thing. Bring me a story. And they would bring the stories into the Raymond writing room. What happened to you, Tucker Carlson?
Go home and do something remarkably stupid. And report back.
I don't know. I can't come up with comedy, guys, because... Why is that, Tucker?
Do something that unreasonably highlights your insecurity as a man. And bring it back. Tell me what happened.
No, really, guys, I'm not bringing this in as a bit. But I just happened to leave this luggage, and then people start performing. I'm not doing this for a bit, but my wife left my luggage on the thing for 2 weeks. And everyone's antenna is going up. I don't know how it works in the writer's room. You could make this joke
the writers
work.
got an extra $50,000 just for moving their parents nearby.
I got it. Ray's parents move across the street. Hey, that guy wrote for Sesame Street. That's a very inside joke.
It really
Raymond.
is.
It's not even a good joke.
It's so inside, I'm outside.
Well, one of the guys wrote for Sesame Street or something.
Ah, okay.
Because
good one.
It's Phil Rosenthal. Phil Rosenthal. He knew he hired out inside the box, outside the box. I'm not. This bit's not working, but you know what? It helps me because I am working on a one-man show. Even something to the effect of, if you thought I was bitter before, if you thought I was angry before, welcome to Rage.
Andy Kindler's 65 Degrees of Separation.
Hold on a second.
Andy Kindler's I'm as old as the weather.
Hello. Hey, have you heard? And this is not a joke. I do a hippy dippy weatherman.
You don't have to start anything.
You should have it. Hey, you should. Here's me desperate when I'm 75. You should have a sting. A sting when I say I think my voice was out of tune. Josh. I don't take requests.
You might want to bump up your old guy number to 85.
No. It's Josh. Okay, here's me.
Yeah.
85.
Sure.
And that would be not a bad thing, right?
You being 85? No, I pray for it every day before I go to bed. I pray that you live to at least 85.
Here's me, 85, in Woodland Hills, or wherever I am.
I see you more in Panorama City.
Okay. Don't pour it on. It's already depressing. Don't make the people... there's depressing, and then there's, let's head for the airport. This guy's in the crazy tank. Remember that kind of comedy? He's in the hoo-hee-ha. We have even a top 10 song about the funny farm. That's how little we care about mental health. All right. I'm not launching into that. Where were we, though? You can do it. I'm using my one thing.
You're in the home in Woodland Hills.
Is Josh coming to see me today? Excuse me? I'm an 85-year-old. That's all I can do? I'm an 85-year-old man.
He sent you a Zoom link.
What? The last phone I had was Consumer Cellular. This is when we're doing the Cheech and... Here's Cheech. You ever hear this Cheech and Chong live at the Thing for the 50,000th time? Have you ever heard that show?
No.
He goes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Cheech and Chong. Hey, man. What you talking about? I'm a Chinese guy. No, I'm a Mexican guy.
Wow.
Hey, Cheech. No. Oh, Cheech, I'm sorry. Did I offend your acting sensibilities?
I just don't know how you can launch into such a big bit without anything. With so few ducks in a row.
You know what, Josh? I'm like that improv style stand up. Remember that?
I do remember.
That was the best.
That was the greatest.
I did this, and Josh told me it was a stupid idea, and it never took off. But I would go up on stage, and I go, how's everybody doing tonight? Don't make me ask 3 times. And I say, look, any idiot can write a joke. Any moron can make it funny. You are the writers tonight. So I need a profession. Now I launch into a pre-bit. I need a profession. Stand-up comedian. Okay, that's great. I need a situation. On stage in the comedy club. Give me the intention. Doing material he already knows is funny. Not garbage he's going to say in the moment now. Well, it's great to be here at Porter's Books. Yeah, you get where I'm going, right?
Yeah, I'm torn. I'm torn now between old material and absolutely no material.
Hey, let's spin the wheel. I do that too.
Yeah.
I do that too. On what do you do that, Andy? What do I? Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas, my young Jewish friend,
and a Happy New Year. Yes. When listening,
really?
When listening, it's New Year's. When talking, it's the taint of the year.
I really hate when you pretend. Remember that time you rejected some of my pitches because it was not it wasn't evergreen?
Right. Did you have a good Christmas?
We did. Gina was here, my wife's sister, and we had Susan made a very lovely
sister-in-law.
Oh, when she comes from San Diego, she's the sister of my wife's wife, sister-in-law. She's the sister of my life. Oh, ho, ho, ho. She's a sister-in-law. Come on. Help me. I don't know what I'm confused about. Oh, ho, ho.
I totally prefer morning. I really do. I really do prefer morning before first weed. I really do.
Are you kidding me? You are so wrong. I can lie like a bug. Lie like... Oh, are you kidding me? 2:30? I'm in my pump up. I'm doing my caffeine. I'm doing my GHB. Is that what I want to be doing? That's not what I want to do. My ketamine, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I'm totally sober. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to be awkwardly unfunny now.
Okay, good.
I
Now
saw
we're
that picture.
back to normal.
You had the greatest picture. Was it of Lucky looking at the food?
No, that was Larry. The late great Larry.
Oh, what a beautiful picture.
Yes, I love that picture. Looking up at the giant rib roast. Longingly.
Wonderful. Well, I didn't make a mistake because I couldn't tell. I said, I don't know anymore. Am I making up that someone's named Lucky?
Wow, it has been a while.
Is one of your doggies named Lucky?
Yes.
And one's named Clyde?
Yes. The one that used to like you is Lucky.
No, because I regressed to the times of pain. No, it wasn't painful. When we got my kitty, when the girlfriend I went out for many years, we got a kitty that we changed his name to George, but this is a great story.
So far.
Okay. We were just the greatest kitty. My name is Misty. My mother's name was Lucky. And that was there was more to the story, but I'm not a story. I'm not like James Stewart.
No, there was no story. You say there's more to the story. There's no story. You got a kitty with a girl that was a cat, and then you went into...
Patty with my long she was my long suffering girlfriend.
Okay, that's information at least.
And not because she had a condition. It was from the relationship. Beep beep beep. Ba-da-boop.
And you lived together with Patty?
Yes, and we got a little kitty. Just like a baby kitty.
Yeah.
And that was the, now here's the thing. For a second, I wondered, here's what happened. The pause was for two reasons. Age, unsureness, narcissism. But I mixed up two anecdotes, or I thought about two anecdotes.
You haven't even said one yet. You got a kitty. That's all.
Okay, I'm just going to barrel right through you. You know, when I'm on my senior podcast, we're very, this is not allowed. It's all very positive.
Yeah, well, back to real life, Grandpa.
There's two anecdotes. The first anecdote is Opsy, who my brother claimed when I was in fourth grade. He followed him home from school, and that we know my brother made up the story, but we got a kitty, and I named him Opsy. Oh, because yeah,
he made up the story, meaning he stole the cat from somebody. Is this
no. I think the story was I think the story was legit. If you think a cat who was living in the custodian's room for a while, and my brother, I don't know my brother had a negotiation with him.
Uh-huh.
Like, look over there, Eddie. What was that?
That was a cat being snatched.
My brother really did say that. Okay, so I named him Opsy because he had an all-white face and a black nose. It was the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. So
why does that equal Opsy?
Okay, because I was trying
Short for biopsy?
Shh. Don't ruin my one story. Well, not my one story. You've ruined more than this. Shh. That's my go-to.
Uh-huh.
Shh.
Right.
I'm trying to talk.
Right.
Please don't interrupt me. It's very rude. Okay. So I based it on op art because of the black and the white, but I really didn't know what op art was.
Right.
So I was shortening op art and making it into a caddy's name.
Okay.
Kitty's name.
Okay.
Opsy. And I think it's a classic. How cute is it, right? But then the other story is my mother, I am lucky. Like a note from the kitty in the pound.
Uh-huh.
I am lucky. My mother's name is Misty. And then we, on our own, felt that we could change it to George.
Yeah.
After Curious George, one of my beloved characters from my childhood.
Uh-huh.
So what happened was...
So none of this has to do with Patty, who you lived with, at all.
Yeah, no. Patty and I raised George. We raised George.
Oh, okay.
Georgie's the one who had the ham in his mouth.
So so what? But your mom was involved in this.
My mom was involved in OPSI.
Okay, but not
because
Lucky,
my mom was
Lucky, who's now Joe.
No, my mom was involved in OPSI. It stands out. I just remember this. I didn't think of when I was growing up. It stands out because she was accepting of it.
Yeah.
It stands out as a world champion memory.
Because she didn't
freak out and go,
right. We are not having a cat in the house.
Where'd you get the cat? Where'd you get the cat?
Doesn't have a shot.
Right? No, not the shot so much.
Yeah.
It'd be, where'd you get the cat? Or maybe she's too spaced out to remember that.
Yeah.
She's too exhausted from telling me within the millisecond, faster than the speed of light, confirming my friend saying, there is no Santa Claus, stupid. I said, there is Santa Claus, idiot. You're going to feel like a fucking idiot. Well, I didn't say fucking. You're going to feel like a big nose face when I ask my mother this. Mom, is there Santa Claus? He's saying there's no Santa Claus. I didn't say there's no Santa Claus. Thank you. Thank you for observing that. Thank you. Hey, I wanted to show you this for you. I have this holiday mug.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Was that
I'm not selling them.
Was that a gift?
No, I don't know why I bought this. I actually think of, here's the thing. I have.
That's what I actually said when you came on screen. Look at that holiday mug.
I was going to do a joke about, I swear to God, I just said I was going to do a joke about that because it occurred to me earlier. I still had to point it out instead of just enjoying your holiday mug joke.
Sure.
But I got, this is a stock. We only had stocking stuffers this year because.
Did you use Give It a Shot stockings?
Of course we do. Of course we do.
Right.
We really don't, but it's the only thing that makes Josh happy about Christmas is knowing that, I don't know why I said that. Do you think that it's good that I bail from the bits earlier?
No, yes, I do. In general, yes.
Oh, see? Because that makes it. So I bought a thing. I got it as a stocking stuffer, and there were no regular presents. We only had stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
If you want to give a gift, why do people, I could say right now, listeners, please give a gift to these people in our name. I think give the money to us on the Give Me a Coffee thing, and a certain portion of the proceeds. So here's my new book.
Yeah.
And it says joke book at the top. If I think of anything funny before the show, it's going right in there.
That's hilarious that you wrote joke book on the very first page of it.
I did. And just for you.
Because you're 8.
Well, I think there is some, it's so amazing.
By the way, that's the first book you've read in years.
My empty joke book?
Yes.
Well, the thing about it, though, is that I was one of the first comics to I kept going with I have a brief speech for you tonight, and then I would unroll toilet paper roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, a fax came in tonight, and I would unroll a toilet paper roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretending there's a producer to the show.
Ah, okay.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Josh, are you recording? My producer is saying you're not getting the same feed.
I'm not getting the same feed.
Oh, God, I'm doing jokes based on me looking off camera.
Yeah, it's not working.
It's not working. It's not even working here. It's not even working here on this end. All right, so did you do anything?
We can still save this hour, Andy. We can. If we dig in, we can save this hour.
But here's the bit. I thought about this, and I think you're going to think this is genius. I thought about this as a something that represents our show.
Yeah.
That I never got before. Well, maybe I thought about it, but it never really hit home. Is that inherent in the title is that it could be negative, your spiral. A spiral could always go down.
Yeah.
Right? When you go, so Andy went on oh my God, am I afraid I've hit everybody with his car from 1978 till now, spiral.
Right.
He's on one of those spirals.
Right.
So I'm saying
you're not
that
on one of those. Hey, everything is in my career is going great. Everything I touch turns to gold spiral. You're not on one of those.
No. But the other spiral is here's the what you hope when people think of it. What the pinnacle of the show is like this. And my mother did this, Josh, when I was 5, and I really didn't like. And now I see, funny remark, links to something hilarious. I say something cute. You come in with something gruff. Boom.
I love all the scars you have from your mom ruining being Christian for you.
She made up for it later with introducing me to spirituality. But she still said, I'll never forget this when I went back to New York the last time, and she said, she goes, one of my favorite moments was telling you there was no Santa Claus. It really was one of my, Mom, are you telling me you're like an evil prankster? Yes, I was an evil prankster. I wish my mom had the phone. I wish when my mom said, give it a shot, that she was addressing me like a roast. That would have been more, as opposed to having no memory of saying it while she was saying it.
Yeah.
To her, she heard, hey, you think if I give it a shot, shot. Oh, did I tell you that I did the story?
All appropriate because she wasn't really protecting your Christianness.
No. What it was, but you bring up, I'm not saying it's interesting because I'm not saying we have to go on the whole thing, but you bring up the fact that her ambivalence, obviously, towards Judaism, she obviously never liked Judaism because she wasn't like going, kids, the menorah this year comes from Negev, from where my mother knows. You never heard them talk about my Jewish roots or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just like either there was an obligatory Hanukkah. I don't even remember that. I remember Passover going to
latkes. Were there ever latkes?
They did, but that's because my grandfather made them.
Okay.
But there was no specific thing. Like there was no there was not a Hanukkah at all in the sense of like we're going to get 8 days of gifts.
Right.
Maybe it was a menorah out, but they were ambivalent towards everything.
Uh-huh.
Like we were like, why wouldn't you have a Christmas tree? Are you an idiot? And they were like, either we're Jewish and we don't have Christmas trees, we don't do anything this year. This year, I forced my kids to skip around the house for 8 days. You know what? We did have nice Christmases from 16 on. Remember I told you that?
No.
Yeah, when my mother became a Christian, we started to have but not just because she was a Christian. We just had presents later on. And then I would go back east for a second Christmas sometimes because my brother raised his kids Christian.
Is your brother a non-Jew Jew?
I think my brother, just if I can be serious for a second. No, I am serious. I think my brother, we both feel is a lot like me on this particular topic. We both feel very culturally Jewish.
Yeah.
So, and we enjoy, I probably enjoy it more than he does, but, he's aware of it, but but we both believe in God. He believes in God. I believe in God.
Yeah.
Because we had that talk. I believe in God more recently, and I'm not making like a George Harrison announcement because I'm not Josh.
I'm still with you.
Josh, God is a concept by which we measure our pain. I'll say it again. God is a concept by which we measure our pain.
And how do you mean that?
I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in Buddha. I don't believe in
Beatles.
Satself. Beatles. What's the one? I went into Chrissy Hine by mistake. Now I'm not that just I'm making notice. And then we bring it together
gonna
with
use my
fruit.
arms. Gonna
Boom,
use
boom.
my Jesus. Gonna use my Buddha. Gonna use
And then we bring it home with Fruit Loops.
Muhammad.
Gonna be. I'm sorry. I feel bad. You were about to set sail. You were about to sing like a bird into a hilarious. Not gonna be my Hindu god Shiva. Not gonna be my what's his name? Muhammad. Not gonna be my. Give me some other prophets.
Forget about Buddha, Allah, Jesus, and Jehovah. Hurry down, doomsday. The bugs are taking over.
Oh, I thought for a second you were doing a bit, but you went into something that was real.
Little EC, doing a little Elvis Costello there.
I can't believe I don't even know the song you're referring to. What is that song?
It's called Hurry Down, Doomsday. The bugs are taking over.
What album is that? That's not from this year's model. That's not from...
that was from...
the Armadillos.
That was from Spike, maybe? Maybe one or two later than that.
At 61 degrees, let me tell you right now, Josh, it is now currently... remember we were talking about... Let's go to weather... Let's go to Andy. Andy, they're such
Might have been Mighty Like a Rose. Sorry, go back to what you were saying.
But they think it's a miracle in the morning zoo that one of the guys found out what a bug is. Hey, guys, I found this thing. It says weather. And let's go to Andy now with that. 60 degrees, Josh. Still drizzling. Drizzling.
I feel like I'm going to find out at the end of this hour that you couldn't even hear me the whole time. Uh-huh.
Have you seen my guy on cable news and you don't know? Here's my guy on cable news. But he doesn't hear what you're asking. But he knows he's being looked at. But he knows he's on a thing.
Okay, so is this another good silent impression?
Yes.
Okay,
you ready?
good. That's perfect for the show.
You ready?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, don't fucking apologize. Yeah, how about if I was the edgy comic? Hey, look, fuckface. Don't apologize because you didn't have your mute. Or maybe it's Dennis Miller. Look, you ever watch these libs? Half the time they don't know when they're on mute. Look, Cha-Cha. If you want to weigh into the cesspool that is the internet, Khrushchev, something from Karashnikov. Okay. That's how boring I find Dennis Miller. That I don't even have the energy to go further with it.
Yeah.
Is that a tribute to him? Can you turn that into a comment on him from me? Andy Kindler says,
I couldn't finish the bit.
I don't do first thought theater. I'm first bail. I'm who's the first to bail theater.
Get out before the first thought theater is kind of where you're.
That's exactly right. I think my comedy partner, Bill, my beloved comedy partner, Bill, he thought I was trying to sell him out on stage.
You're just trying to make me jealous of Bill.
Oh, those days. The days when I used to play Igby's with Andy and Bill. Can you imagine? Well, first of all, I will always be...
Was Chippendales like right near where Igby's is? You were around in those days.
No, I really don't know. The only thing is so weird. I have not seen the Kumail Nanjiani Chippendales thing, but I've seen a true crime thing on Vice about it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember, and I know that but in my mind, I thought weren't they in New York?
No, it was here in L.A. It started.
The whole thing was here
That's
here?
That's where it started, yeah. Like on Pico.
And the guy was a choreographer out here, the guy who was his partner? Like a choreographer?
He was like
his partner.
Well, the part I saw in one of those documentaries was there was the sort of Indian guy who owned the place, and it was
right.
It had become sort of a scene, but they didn't have like choreographed shows, and then he brought on this guy who had done like children's shows.
Oh, okay. I had transposed it or transpositioned it or transported it,
and he went
to New York.
What if they're astronauts at first?
What's that? You can say who's the astronauts on first?
No, never mind.
You know what? I didn't want to see in the new year. Did you get my memo?
There's no room for me to talk today. There's just no room for me.
Did you get my memo?
Yes.
About the new year?
I did.
Rules from the new year. I took them from Harvey. His name isn't Harvey. Steve Harvey. I took it from Steve Harvey's writer. not his writer. His
Okay,
rules
I'll
of employment.
turn off my camera. Okay.
And the little, this is what you hear a lot in the mornings. You think you'd record like a cart of laughter and you go to?
Andy, you have not been awake for a morning zoo show in 15 years.
Oh, God.
Enough with this bit. Enough.
I know. But you know what, though? I did see. Okay, I have something new to talk about. I don't know if you care.
I do. I crave it.
I saw I saw that movie, The Hard Way, and it was excellent.
Oh, the John Waite movie?
Oh, it's really excellent. It's really, really good.
Good.
I really, I'm not a good reviewer, but it really does. He's very honest, and it's just, it like covers his whole, again, to let people know for the 50th time, he did not come up with the concept. Someone else came up with the concept and came to him. All he did was agree to be interviewed for it. And, but it just is it's really, anything I say is going to short sell it only because I have no memory, but it's really good. I really liked it. 92 minutes long. I recommend it. And if you need to go to the, Thought Spiral.
And you purchased that? Did you rent that?
Yeah, I did rent it. I rented $3.99.
Very nice.
It was hard to find. And then we watched, also with the family, we watched, what's it called? Another Woman? A Woody Allen movie. Another Woman with Gina Rollins.
Gina Rollins, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. No, Woody Allen. It was good. It was like kind of like Interiors.
Right.
With an attitude. I liked Interiors. I liked back in the salad days or whatever days that before where he was still considered to be a charming, neurotic guy.
Sure.
Everybody would indulge his turning into serious stuff. Because why not? He had made so many great movies in a row. And those movies aren't bad.
He tried to be Ingrid Goldbergman. Ingmar Goldbergman.
Oh. See, now that's like Ingmar Gold. Is that like a Dennis Miller?
So a little bit. That was what I tried to. That was the I gave it, I guess.
I just realized something. I'm not trying to say I'm like came up with something new, but Dennis Miller is definitely not Jewish.
But I don't. He's definitely not Jewish.
Right.
But I do think that there's like the Ingmar Goldbergman. There's sort of just a generic dismissive sarcasm now.
Right.
That it covers.
Yes. And, I think you're going to be excited about this. And I know that you have a lot to catch up with me.
I'm pretty easy to excite.
Jib Jab. We make fun of Jib Jab.
Constantly. Enough with the Jib Jab.
Jib Jab.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think they're around anymore. I heard this either in passing on a thing.
Yeah.
Jib Jab. I think maybe it's from the TV. Jib Jab for the holidays. You'll go get jibjab.jibjab. And get all the best jib jabs. Happy jib jab to you. Jib jab round the holly.
Hey, Jib Jab, I'll be back to pick you up later.
Jab, jib jab.
Nobody's Jib Jab. Wait for the Jib Jab.
Wait for the jib jab. I can't believe I ate the whole jib jab. And I can't remember any examples.
Andy, please, don't squeeze the Jib Jab.
Don't swing, Mr. Wimple. What's wrong with a cute thing about a guy, an elderly man who enjoys
Jib Jab. Butter. Jib Jab. Sorry.
Less filling. Jib Jab. Less jab. Knock, knock. Who's there? Jib who? Jib Jab. I'll bet you $5 that that's an actual bit they did.
I don't want to take that bet.
Because you know why? It's too boring to see and look it up and find out.
Exactly. For $5.
For $5. It's not worth it at any money because I wouldn't bet real money on it.
No, it's true.
Because I would not bet. I'm not someone who would ever bet $1,000 on something stupid. Maybe that stops me from being having gambling problems. Because anybody who gambles,
anytime you gamble, it's pretty much on something stupid.
No. But I would say this: I loved going to Vegas pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
But I always, and I really did enjoy gambling, but you always feel like you're on the edge of it. It could be a problem. You know what I mean? Even after you feel, I always think, I'm very good at, I'm not going to lose more than $900 or whatever the thing was that we had to do. but I still would feel bad and would want to really get revved up. And you could feel yourself getting revved up. Now you may not have that when you gamble at all.
I don't. I have the I'm an idiot, and they've got my number.
They got your number. They don't have your number specifically.
No. By sitting down, they have my number.
Right. They're just in the fact that you're not going to count cards at 21. You're just not going to do it. Who's going to do it? The people who do it get thrown out, and I'm not good enough to do it. You might be good enough to do it.
I'm not good enough to do it.
It's not even good enough.
I don't have the attention span to fucking play the game as is, and it's blackjack.
Never been my favorite game. I do still enjoy, and maybe I'll get in the post-pandemic world, or maybe online poker, but it's not.
Last time I was there, it was like, it's all these new games now that are, there's no possible way they can work out for you, especially since you don't know how to play them when you sit down.
You hear that laugh was forced. You know why it was forced?
Because you weren't listening. But I gave you the rhythm of a place to laugh.
Okay. I want to get this out before, at least remember one of the things that I was thinking about when I wasn't listening to you, where you were doing something about Vegas.
Okay, please.
I'm in the bedroom now. I'm not trying to make it lascivious, but how's it sound in here?
It sounds the same. Sounds like you in your apartment with a microphone.
But it's not, it's a little bit further from the router, but it's in a more quiet part of the house.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think it's gold is what it is. I think you should do it there every time now. Wake up Susan. Say, honey, get out of here. Josh wants the better sound.
But, the thing is, there's a part of me that feels like just stopping the show, acknowledging to tell you that could have ruined the rhythm of the show. Of what was going on.
No, there was
no, we did.
No, we did not have a rhythm.
We had a holiday.
Do not tell me that we had a rhythm going today.
No, we do. Here's what the rhythm was. Post-holiday. And by the way, I'm going to do one of these things.
Yeah.
Andy's type 2 diabetes.
I have type 2 diabetes. I have it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it.
Okay, can I brag about one thing? Or do you think it's always bragging when I'm talking about not just how long I walked, but what I weigh, or just leave that on the shelf?
No, if you're genuinely excited about it, I'd love to share it with you.
154.
Yeah.
I haven't been 154. I don't want to make it since I came out of the womb.
Yeah.
The high that I was 174.
Yeah.
Before I took glucophage.
These are all my elementary school weights.
But I weigh 154 now.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
That's fantastic.
And it's one of these things like I either have that
You're back to pocket size.
And do you think I look gaunt?
No, you look very spry still.
Thank you. But I'm not stupid. You don't think there's any. But again, I wonder, am I less intelligent with less weight?
No, very smart. Very smart.
Here's us on the road doing our bit in vaudeville. I'm not intelligent, Josh. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. That's me and you doing you in vaudeville. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. I guess I'm doing it like Lou Costello is the style I'm going for there. I don't have the energy to do the. You're not. I know I can identify how impressions sound, but I can't do them.
Yeah. I'm not going to humiliate myself. You're going to humiliate yourself, Lou. I'm not going to humiliate myself. You're going to humiliate yourself. I'm not going to humiliate. Yes, God damn it, Lou.
By the way, before people go bent out of shape, like anyone's listening.
They stopped, I assure you.
I know. Josh told me he wants to record some of these Abbott and Costello things for teases, and would I be willing?
No, I wanted to do truck stop cassettes.
And I'm the guy who's still upset about the truck stop. Are you fucking kidding me? They ripped my stuff off at Rascals and sold it on I-99 on the turnpike. I wish I had some of the classic ones there were some good truck stop tapes, right?
Yeah, the whole Ollie Joe Prater collection.
I don't know if you're pulling my thing or it was something I ate on Christmas. Oh, did I say that Susan made a lovely coq au vin?
Did she?
Really nice.
Yeah.
And we had different
And I have
types
to ask,
of...
did you do it with did you do a traditional one with the lardons of bacon and...
Yeah, she used exactly. And she also used lardons of bacon. And what else was I going to say? Oh, I picked the wine. And I'm not just doing this because I have
The wine to cook with or the wine to drink with it?
Well, it's both in a way, but it was to cook with. And it's not because we have a Thought Spiral wine club. I'm not doing it just for that reason.
Yeah.
If you buy 6 bottles on the Thought Spiral club, get the 7th one, stupid. All right. Is Louis Jadot, n'est-ce pas? Louis Jadot, but the is Bourgognon on the outside label. The other one is just like Beaujolais Village or something, but both great.
Yeah.
But this other one is from the Burgundy region, and that's where they originally said you have a Burgundy. That's what they meant in France, was from that kind of the region of France, the kind of wine that is known to come from there. But the confusing part is that from the Burgundy region of France comes all kinds of wine, white wine and red wine.
Right.
So, hey, here, make a thing out of this.
I had a delicious Chateau Neuf de Pape.
Okay, tell us who that is. Is that it's steak?
No, that's a wine.
Oh, that sounds really good. What is it?
It's a red French wine.
Is it N''OEUF or something like that?
No, it's Chateau Neuf de Pape. Chateau Neuf being one word.
Got it. And it's red wine?
Yes.
And is that what your druthers are?
Generally, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't drink a ton of wine, but when I do, I try to go good and red.
Yeah, it has to be a light red, and this light red was good for me. It doesn't have to be.
But you were
you know what I mean?
You were drinking a Beaujolais, you said?
No, we used it as a cook. We did the Louis Jadot Bourgognon.
Yeah.
You know that Louis Jadot bottle that comes with the Beaujolais Village?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't care what I'm saying.
You were trying to impress me with it, though.
Here's the problem. I can't help but do my French. I happen to have the knowledge of how to say certain words in French, right?
Yes.
And it has inflated my sickening narcissistic ego to think that, A, it's a good bit for the show.
Right. B, that you're good at it.
That I'm good at it.
Yes.
And so it's stuck in the middle. It's like, so what that you know 5 goddamn words?
Yeah. I took 5 years of French, so.
I know. Yeah. So who am I marching in front of?
I don't know why, yeah.
No, because I was just saying the Louis Jadot, were you getting the thing I'm talking about? Because it's a specific wine that I've been drinking for years.
I know the wine. I've never bought it, but I know it.
Right. So I think the first one is called Beaujolais.
Well,
this one is like Beaujolais, but it says Bourgogne.
Yeah.
And a touch of the blues. It says Bourgogne. All right.
But a Beaujolais is a light red.
Right.
It's a light fruity red.
The point is, when you look up how to cook a coq au vin, there's all kinds of advice about what the red wine would be. But
yeah, basically, when you're cooking with red wine, I always say my rule of thumb is just go with the cheapest one that you would drink.
Yes,
for cooking.
And we went with
I made braised short ribs in red wine.
And what'd you use?
A $10 Cabernet.
We use a $24 Louis Jadot, and the reason why we do is it's not just because I got my check for the year on the Thought Spiral.
Did you get the check, by the way?
I did. I got
Excellent, fantastic.
It's so exciting because it came like something that if you didn't know was what it was, you might think it was an ad. Well, not an ad or a thing. It looks official, but if you don't open it right, I cut myself. I'm not blaming it on you.
I don't take.
I shouldn't have been cutting a bagel while I was. Are you glad that I don't go further with these bits?
You are.
I am.
You're doing the. Yeah, he was. Let me narrate for the audience, since what you did is useless.
I'm doing my voyage to the bottom of the sea bit.
He's shaking his laptop as if motion's happening.
Is that the name of the show?
Shake your
Where
laptop?
they would go side. No, not shaking your laptop. Voyage to the bottom of the sea. What was the show where they go side to side?
Basically, they did it on Star Trek too.
Yeah, run from one side to the other. Oh my God, Spock! What's happening?
Everyone go left. Everyone go right.
You know what though? He always made it look new every time he did it. William Shatner.
He did.
Now look. You know what? Before I die, I have to let all my bitterness go. I'm not really bitter about him anymore. I was angry at him for a couple of years.
Were you angry at him, really?
Yeah, when he yelled at me.
Oh, that's right. He yelled at you once.
Yeah, but now it has no. Now I'm back to how I used to feel about him before.
He was a dick to me too. So I watched Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan the other day.
And that the first movie I saw was good, right?
Star Trek the Motion Picture, very bad.
Yeah,
in my opinion, very bad. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, very good, very enjoyable.
I think that I was all in on the first Star Trek movie because I felt like I had to watch the Star Trek, like I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So maybe I convinced myself, and I think I liked the second one too.
Ricardo Montalban is the bad guy. Does that ring a bell?
It does ring a bell, but if I made any comment about it, it would be uninformed. He fights the people from.
I will chase him around the moons of Nebia, and
that's okay.
He tasks me.
You know, I did the same thing when I remember what's the one? I can't remember the one from the Star Trek, the kooky one from the Star Trek, when they all had fizzles. Whether they had all the schmizzies.
Tribbles, is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm trying to remember. And the one where Spock was emotional. Oh, please. Oh, please. Here's Josh. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Josh. Susan. Yeah? It's not Susan, stupid. What?
Susan's in Florida.
What? Is Josh coming over here today?
Yeah, he's on the phone. Here he is.
Oh, God. I made myself sick. The whole thing worm turned.
No, pretend I'm on the phone.
Oh. Hi. Hi, this is Josh.
Why can't everyone be nice like me? Why can't everyone be nice like me? Oh, life could be so peaceful. Oh, life could be so free. Why can't everyone nice like me? But some people seem to lose their head. Instead of being nice, well, they scream and shout instead. And you know that makes me see red and wanna bash a baseball bat in their head. 'Cause I don't understand, you see. Why can't everybody be nice like me? Oh, why can't everybody be nice like me? Why can't everyone be nice like me? Now when I'm at the grocery store, I stand in line. I let an old lady through, I got plenty of time. And and you know it made me feel good. All the time I thought it would. I said, oh, why can't everybody be nice like me? But then at the 7-Eleven, I left my wallet at home. Guy at the counter sees me all the time, wouldn't give me a 25-cent loan. Yeah, that made me kind of pissed. I want to hit his face with a brick. Why can't everybody be nice like me? Oh, be nice like me. Just with a little effort, with a little persistence, a little patience, a little caring, they can be nice like me. They can just try a little harder, and they could be nice. They could be nice like me.
Common courtesy.
Yes, that's right.
General respect.
That's exactly what's missing from.
I'm only asking for what's coming to me.
It wouldn't be that difficult, really.
It's no skin off your nose.
No big skin. That's what yeah, exactly.
What are you complaining about?
I mean, life is good for you. Why can't you just be, why can't everybody be nice like me?
Hey, get off my back.
Why can't everybody be nice like me?
Hey, get off my back. Occasionally I get angry in my car.
Well, those, yeah, but
when people cut me off and then they also hit me in the back rear side panel and they
so treacherous and murderous.
Blow cigarette smoke in my face. Give me a fake insurance number and then
that's right.
Kick me in the groin for good measure. I have to admit that gets on my nerves.
And they leave him in the street.
Why is everybody getting on my nerves?
It's just an opportunity for personal advancement. They're giving you an opportunity for personal advancement. On the karmic wheel of life, they're helping you out so you can get it right. Yeah, but why can't everybody be nice like me? Wouldn't it be easier if everybody be nice like me? Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that just be, doesn't it make sense somehow just to, and everybody be nice like me? I want to kill them when they're not nice like me. Yeah, when they're not nice like me. I want to shred them. I want to be head off. I want to rip them. I want to snip them. Everybody be nice like me.
I think what happened was I toggled off of it earlier. You know, when I was doing my blow through, I toggled off of it, and I thought, you know what? I'll shut down the shunter. I'll shut down the shunter.
You were running the cue sheet before the show?
Yes. And, you know, I've always told you this, and you've always told me stop saying it. And I've always said to you, I love Excel, the Excel program. And I can only, oh, God, that's the shortest amount of time into a premise.
Right.
That wasn't even necessarily bad. But I just fell apart completely. This is the way Martin and Lewis broke up.
Over a spreadsheet bit.
No, you don't know the story. No, it wasn't over. It was pre Excel. It was back when they had when IBM was all the rage. I know. Here's a line I would say a lot, Josh. Right?
What are you, UNIVAC? Aldine with the UNIVAC.
All of a sudden, the IBM was all the rage. I know it made me angry, huh?
Hey, Jerry, what are you computing on there?
The UNIVAC. Hey there, buddy. What are you doing? Hey, buddy. What do you got to put on those computers, buddy? I got a ho. I got a ha. Is it still Christmas? That's funny.
According to that song, it is.
That's funny. It's just slightly askew. Your air pouch, your popper.
Well, yeah. Well, your boom arm is coming from way above, and that's weird too.
You know, I really wanted to just like Escher. I wanted to MC Escher this big time, but that would require me knowing. No, I'm not trying. You know, I'm not trying, Andy. You know, Josh, I'm not about taking the first few minutes of a show.
I think it's weird that you're hanging your mic like a boxing ring announcer now.
I don't understand it. I really don't. And I was watching the life story of the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy.
Yeah.
Michael Buffer. And it was a life story.
Funny how you remember that name.
And it's a very interesting story. I don't think you'd realize what an interesting story it is. And when he was a kid, he used to have a boom mic. I'm just hoping you'll cut me off. But no. Now you don't cut me off. Well, you don't usually cut me off. I'm the one who cuts you off.
I don't even try anymore. I just sit here silently.
You know what?
I made a mistake, I think. I was
What's that?
On a couple levels. I was editing the first hour before I started this hour.
Oh no. What does that mean? We need more?
It means a few things. It means one, I'm tired of you already.
Oh yeah, that's stupid. That's a stupid thing.
A mistake. Two, I'm gonna try to like you more this hour than I did last hour.
What was wrong with
three?
me?
I feel like now I can stop you and take stuff out right now, and that's not.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Please feel free. Please feel free in general.
Thank you.
Oh man, I've got so much to tell you that's outside of the questions. That's the thing that gets me.
Pack it in.
You said to me,
let's front load it.
I got nothing. But I've done nothing also.
Did you go to San Diego yesterday? Or
no,
is that tomorrow?
We haven't. We may even not. Gina might stay through the weekend. And we have done nothing but a lot of sleeping. And I watched. You know what we watched? That was good. Was the Phil Spector thing.
What was
on
it?
Showtime. It's a 4-part documentary about how he didn't kill Lana Clarkson.
Wow.
Maybe you should take a look. First of all, why would he kill Lana Clarkson? He was a perfectly normal guy who was having a very, very good time in his life. And he hadn't ever, at any point, maybe 50, 70, 80, 90 times, he stuck guns in people's mouths up their schmabopples.
Right. But he was good at it. He was safe.
He would do it with cab drivers.
He was always very safe with that kind of gunplay.
He did like a Bill Murray thing, but differently. He would get in to a cab and he put the gun right next to the guy. You just walk straight ahead. Nothing will happen to you.
To be fair, his safety record of waving guns around in people's faces was pretty great up until that point.
Zero, right? He had no
zero
instances.
fatalities. Yeah,
zero fatalities. Well, also maybe a couple of nights he was able to fold himself into Nielsen was around maybe, and John Lennon, and so he was able to hide his. I just don't get why he a good hang. He didn't ever sound like a good hang.
I don't know. I mean, he was a good producer.
He was, yes. How much? Well, he also wrote songs. He did. Yeah. Did he write to do Ron Ron? This is why it's bad for me.
I don't know his actual.
This is why it's bad for me to do book reports on these shows. You tell me to watch that show. Now, he was a.
I just know the "To Know Him Is to Love Him" came from his father's gravestone and became a hit.
The thing is his. Not just his wigs were inexcusable.
Wait, that was a wig?
There's one part in the documentary where he gets very, very upset because someone says, "How many wigs do you have?" And he says,
"None."
It's like there's two people. There's a guy named Somebody Brown and another guy who's a filmmaker.
Yeah.
And they both had contemporary. So what happened was that he hadn't given an interview in a long time. And he gave an interview to this guy, and I guess he said too much. A lot of it's in the movie. He didn't say too much.
But this is all post-murder?
This was what may have caused him to start to spin out. Was this article came out?
Okay.
And it was like maybe it was too depressing, or just basically showed he hadn't been interviewed forever.
Yeah.
And then he just didn't
made him look sad or something.
Yeah, it made him look sad is what it was.
Gotcha.
And so then he was like walking around, he would go to like this club, and he would take it. And he drank this drink called a Navy Frog, a Navy
Grog.
Yeah. Yeah, 6 shots or something.
Uh-huh.
So then he would go from this place to that place to the other place, and he just went one place too far. You know what I mean?
No.
No, she went one place. I just thought it was a great thing. A great show.
I mean, you said it like it was the commercial break for one of those shitty documentaries. And he just went one place too far.
It's a show where I somehow solve cases, but I say so many, on the way there, I say the most stupidest stuff.
Yeah.
And you're no, that's not it. But then we get back to it. No, Lana Clarkson.
It's like your character would be Inanix.
What's that?
Inanix.
What'd you say? Inanix?
Yeah. Inane Manix was kind of the portmanteau.
I thought you were commenting about the fact that I was tweeting about Mannix the other day, and it got quite a views. It got quite a amount of.
Frank Conniff liked it.
It's all different now. It's views. He's put Twitter analytics.
Yeah.
In the front.
Yes. So the number of people blowing you off with each tweet. It's nice.
Yeah, in the first. You also notice how many people didn't like it compared to how people just looked at it. Why wouldn't they look at your stupid thing? They know they've seen your stuff before.
Yeah.
What does looking at it mean? You clip on the actual thing? Clip? That's not even a word. How do I get away with this shit?
I don't know. I have zero engagement with that last sentence.
Well, as long as you're not getting hurt. Then I read this thing in the New Yorker about Norman Mailer.
Yeah.
That guy was a tough cookie.
Yes,
he wasn't like a tough cookie, but he was. I really related to the one part of him.
Raging asshole, I believe is the phrase.
To be tougher than he was.
Yes.
He wished that he was, and not only that.
I think there was a lot of mid-century Jews that got made tough by World War II and
World War II, right?
Getting their ass kicked by their fellow servicemen because they were Jews and things.
I guess you haven't seen a lot of Woody Allen type movies where he's walking around the trenches in World War II. I got hi.
No, just Love and Death was the only one where he was in the military.
I never can remember those ones where Love and Death seems like bananas to me. It's like just a series of bits.
No, Love and Death it is a series of bits, but it's a series of bits that's parodying Russian novels.
Is that the one where he does T.S. Eliot? I like the one where he goes, I feel like there's something crawling across the seas, and he goes, not so good. Andy, don't turn this into your memory of the Woody Allen movies.
No, don't.
Where's the movie that he comes back to life? Oh, it's Sleeper, right? Sleeper. Yeah. That was where he comes back to life. And boy, did we howl in the Queen's Theater when he said, "Who's Albert Shanker?" And they said, "Who's Albert Shanker?" We laughed because we knew who Albert Shanker was. He was a local. What's the teachers' union called? Josh. Very good. Very good. Well, you almost woke up as if, but you know what? When you wake up like that, how do you expect me to help anybody? So anyway, let's put that thing to bed.
All right.
I read the thing. Oh, Norman Mailer. Yeah, tough guy, tough Jew.
Uh-huh.
But he also put himself. He wasn't really tough. See, I don't think he was. He was tough, but he made himself be tough for that. He wished he was tougher.
Yes, he put on a character.
Yeah, he created his own character.
Yes, he Hemingwayed it up a bit.
That's exactly what he did.
Yes.
Hemingway was like a hero to him. I mean, he didn't even know who he really hadn't. He just wanted to be what like Hemingway did. I believe Hemingway signed up for a war. Then he said, "I'm sick of this damn war. I'm going to go down to Spain and go to that war for a while. And let me get some bull." He loved all the stuff with the bullfighting and all. Even I didn't like that when I read Hemingway.
Yeah.
Even I, another Jew who wishes he was tough. Right. But Norman Mailer was. Norman Mailer, he put himself on boxcars and stuff. You know, he would ride the rails.
Yeah.
Like Dylan claimed he did.
Got into a hammer fight with Rip Torn.
Oh, what is that movie? That's a good one, right?
I can't remember. All I really know
is it a movie about Rip Torn, maybe?
About Rip Torn? I don't think so. It's starring Rip Torn and
no, but I've seen a documentary which features those two guys fighting.
Yeah.
From that movie.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be like a show that would be like thought spiraling? It's not really spiraling. It's just intermittent thought.
Thought grasping is really what it is.
Oh, I forgot to tell Josh something. Don't worry, Andy. You'll remember. No, I'll never forget. When he comes back later with the pudding, you'll remember.
If it's important, you'll remember in the afterlife.
And I see you by a thing trying to get me to do the days of the week. It's Tuesday, fuckface, in the hospital. You're the last person.
That's what I'll write on that's what I'll write on the whiteboard in your room. It's Tuesday, fuckface.
You'll be the last person who still is employing tough love with dementia patients. Yes. What about it's Wednesday?
It's the Weinstein method, okay?
Yes, Weinstein. What about you've said the same day? What kind of, we think of ourselves as very an evolved species, an advanced species. And then that's still the funniest thing you could do to somebody.
That's still the funniest thing you could do to somebody.
It works. It works. So how do I call myself a comedic genius under these circumstances when it's most of what it's like
I think move to France is really the answer.
I kind of want to move to France because Belzer's there. Belzer has invited me to France.
That's great. He didn't invite you to move there.
No. But he said I could stay there. He doesn't know about me up close.
When I'm not here is what at the end of it.
Hey, I told you that time when I said, was Richard Belzer there during the speech? You're fucking mind reader, babe. That's what Richard Belzer said from the audience. Oh, I think it's Richard Belzer back there. He goes, "You're a fucking mind reader, babe." As he's watching the speech one year.
Oh, that's nice.
At Montreal. Oh, man.
Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days. Seriously, we had a whole career.
Back when your physical being would actually go to Montreal instead of a shallow, pale projection of yourself.
Our hologram just got one of the top 10 of the year of Interabang.
It did?
Yeah.
As what?
Top 10.
Like comedy thing of the year?
Thing of the year, that's right.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you don't share this with me until now?
It just happened this morning.
Wow.
I saw it. Didn't I tweet it? Aren't you by my tweet?
Sorry, I don't.
Oh, come on, Josh.
I'll unmute you and look.
Ooh, that one hurt. That one hurt. How come every time I go to, here's the thing. It's not like Zelig, but every time I go to Instagram, you are in a picture. You are either dressed up like a cowboy. There's one with you mustachioed.
Sure.
there's one of you pointing towards a bit.
Well, I'm doing all the
village.
I'm doing all the village people. You just came in mid-series.
But every time I go there, it's you. Is the first thing I say. That's another one of those things where I lie.
That's algorithmically. That's just what they know. What
that's
they know
right.
what you like.
How did they know that I go? It brings me to another Jewish page.
Put his one friend first.
Do you think these algorithms are just the stupidest things in the world, where they're just like designed to make you looked up a thing about guns, now you want to kill a president? I mean, what is it? How does it direct you? Now you want to pee on your keyboard?
It's playing.
I'm afraid because I said killed the president.
It's playing three-dimensional chess with your two-dimensional desires.
You know that Star Trek chess game is not real.
Yes. And all chess is three-dimensional.
So good. It's so good. He's not just playing chess. He's playing the kind of chess where you have to think a lot of moves ahead.
Right. He's playing smart people chess.
Oh, you're playing chess. He's playing smart people chess. You're too tired to bring two things in as metaphors. Checkers, ultimately, why do board games...
He's playing three-dimensional mousetrap. Wait a second.
Hold it now. Board games, I know that they got me, that I never held my interest. Is there any board game that you still...
That I
just
still...
got to get Monopoly out when you and the wife and your friends get together?
I don't mind a game of Trivial Pursuit because it usually results in me looking pretty good. But I don't instigate a game like that.
Is there any of those games that would make a party more fun?
Not in my experience, but I'm the guy who ruins it.
See, I would think you would be good at all those like charades, but you wouldn't be. You would be unhappy with it.
No, it just depends on the group of people. Charades with a group of actors, I'm not going to have a good time.
That's right. The people are already over the top. They're going to go.
Yes.
No, I specifically meant a treatment. It was not a script. I did not make a script. I made an expression that should have toned you.
But I'm rarely a good catalyst for group fun.
You were the catalyst of the world's longest jam that I've ever done in my life. For 3 hours. And then every time I go, ba da da da, boom, 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 we would get another rumbling. Boom, 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 boom.
Was Gruber there?
Gruber was there.
Okay,
yes,
see, that's the real catalyst right there. Because Gruber doesn't get tired of things. Gruber will join in. Gruber will pretend he's interested about anything. Gruber has a lot of qualities I don't bring to the table.
I can never forget. I don't know if you've had these things happen in your life, but I stayed with Gruber's mom and dad a couple of times, maybe even.
Really?
Yeah, and it was really fun.
Was this in Iowa or Salt Lake City?
Iowa. This was like before and Gruber, of course, can play. I'm trying to think of the song. No, it's not one. Mio Mayo. Okay, I don't know what it was. I don't think it was Jambalaya. Okay. But we were playing all these great songs, and I played a song. Oh, it was Cupid, draw back your bow. So I started to go into that song.
Uh-huh.
Every one of them. Norm. What was Norm's wife's name? I forgot.
Mavis.
Yeah, Norm. Mavis. Gruber. They all stop. What the fuck is that? So, it's like just that one song. You know how you're all jamming and everybody's into it? And then I started to go, Cupid, draw back. And they thought I'd come back from a jamboree or something. They couldn't understand how I liked that song. Or even where I came with that song from.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because I'm
out
white?
of our house. Get out of our house with that song.
And then I was thinking, Well, maybe they don't know that. Maybe that's. I'm trying to think of like.
Was that?
How could you hear
that? Sam Cooke who sang that?
Yeah, it was Sam Cooke, and I thought it was Jambalaya because some people don't like Jambalaya, but I did. It wasn't even like it wasn't that they didn't like it. I just had never experienced. It was a few times. It happened too with Mark.
You just like froze the room with the song.
Yeah, there's another time it happened with Mark. This is even a better example. I was doing playing. I wanted to jam on Chris Gabney songs. 8 days a week, 6 days a week, or 7 days a week, or something. He did 6 nights a week. That's the name of the song.
All right.
So I said to Mark, "This is the greatest song. You love this. We're jamming. We're jamming." I go, "It's 6 nights a week." And then I said, "This is a great song." And he goes, I play something. He goes, "That's really the greatest song?" He said, just completely deflated me. And I realized I am selling these things too hard. I do believe they're, you know what I mean? I think everyone's going to love it when you're jamming. I don't jam that much. I don't get the feeling that I jam a lot.
I don't get the feeling you jam a lot.
I love the Mark Maron story about jamming with Michael Penn.
Yeah.
And then Mark starts to play a lead. And then Michael Penn does, you could do that.
Yeah, I hate jamming. Hate it.
Here's how I used to love to jam. If it's two guitarists who are about the same skill level, and they're willing to, do progressions and then let the other person go, it's fun. That can be fun for a certain time period.
Yeah.
But that's about
a very, very short time period.
Well,
that everyone agrees is over at the end.
By the way,
which isn't to say I don't like playing music with people. I like that a lot.
No. It can be a lot of fun, right? But it's like did we ever put "Nice Like Me" on the show? So a song I wrote with Jack Tempchin.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Because someone wanted to know where it is. They're listening to the show from the beginning, and they go, "Can I hear that song?" They can hear it on that show, right? Or it's only a small snippet.
I don't know. I think it was most. I might have shortened it a little.
You might have cut it. It was 95 minutes long.
I might have faded it out. I'll be honest. But the real meat of the song is there. I didn't take any meat.
Don't say anything. Don't say any more. No, there's a great.
I might have sopped up some sauce from the plate, but the meat is all there. Do you want me to put it? I can put it in this show if you want, retroactively.
That would be fun.
All right, it's in this show now.
Oh, okay.
Ask me again if that song was ever in a show.
Has that song "Nice Like Me" I did with Jack Tempchin ever been in a show?
That is so weird. I just put it in this show.
Come on, Josh. What are the odds?
Good.
That I could act
solid.
this poorly.
They were pretty good.
What are the odds that my acting would fall down? Now I have to. Now, Josh, is there anything you need to bring us up to date before we play the music? That what do they call that? It's like a bridge.
It could be a bridge. It could be an intro. It could be a bumper.
A bumper. Okay.
It's all of them, really.
And a sting.
But you know what it is most of all? It's starting right now.
It's time for questions. What do you want to know? We love your questions so much. It's half our show. Half our show.
Sorry, Pickles. Don't call me Boopsy. Unbelievable comes in with geography, geometry, or geology under the heading Test Show 289. Is that a legitimate question, though, or is that like a placeholder?
There's a question mark at the end of it. It's choose one, I think is what he's saying.
Well, for that one, it's easy. Not so easy. I would go with geology. I'd like to learn more about. Geometry, I was the best math I could do. I thought I was a genius because I could kind of do it.
Yeah. That's the story of your life, isn't it? I thought I was a genius because I could kind of do it.
Geography, I'd like to take a course on it because I'm bad with it. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to take I just look at the map would be good too.
There you go. I would say geography would probably be my best subject.
That's pretty cool.
But I wouldn't choose any of them, really.
Well,
as a
that's
path.
A very igneous. If I said to you igneous rocks, what would you say?
I would say you sound like Norm Crosby.
But I think I'm trying to do something that happens after a volcano.
Igneous rock is rock that is volcanic.
Of course, Josh. Here's my other guy I play. Of course, Josh. I was just seeing if you could think. Pickle says, ever have one of those days that's so crazy you have 2 Diet Cokes going at one time? Yeah, you have? Well, then get off my dick, okay? Whoa. What's happening with
Did
Pickles?
this actually happen?
What does it mean then and now on my reading?
I don't know.
Here?
I don't know. Maybe because it's from October when they put it there.
Oh, then and now. Oh, my God. They're actually putting this into a...
I don't know. I don't know all
you don't know.
all the
He's
things
working
that are
very hard.
I don't know all the things that are happening.
He's working very hard, though. Elon Musk.
Tweet Bahara. Tweet Bahara. Tweet.
Walk to the tweet, and the tweet.
Bahara. Said, I just realized on my 1,000th viewing of It's a Wonderful Life that the guy that pushes Potter's wheelchair knew exactly what had happened to the $8,000 and never said a word. He's as big a POS as Potter.
Wait a second.
That means piece of shit, by the way.
Right, I think I did know that.
Okay.
It means person of shit.
Well, I think, first of all, I think he's a mute. So he'll never...
I didn't mean that person of color thing as a thing on persons of color. So please excuse me if I said anything wrong.
Okay, I'll be sure to remind you later in the show that you did that just so you can leave with it.
Yeah. I cut you off.
Yeah. Well, a criminal enterprise takes conspirators.
Well, wait a second. Is he saying something that I missed in the movie that I have to go back and watch now?
He's saying you should hate the guy who pushes the guy who pushes Potter's wheelchair saw the whole thing go down, and it's not like he went.
Oh.
I saw it all.
Well, look,
This old son of a bitch has been keeping me down.
I don't know why he's W.C. Fields, but why is the guy? Why did we always thought he was in on the bit, right? Well, what's he going to do? The guy pushes the chair. Whoa.
Right.
Gimpy.
He's got a family to feed.
I have to have you read this one because I can't read the end of it.
All right. Jason, the bird is back partin', says, hey, Jelvis and Spike. He's really riding it. He's riding Spike, man.
Am I Spike?
You're Spike, yes.
Is it like the guy used to call the best show?
No.
Or from Elvis Costello's album, Spike?
No, it's because of your blood sugar.
That's a great name for me.
And it's funny every time I tell you.
Hey, my name is Andy Spike Kindler.
It really is funny that this is a treat for the audience that it's new every time to you.
It is new. It is new, Eddie. Thanks for pointing that out, Eddie.
We talk, and let me just prepare you that he's referencing us talking about advertising on another podcast. Yes, last week. Okay.
Oh, cool. Thank
Says
you.
advertising your show on a podcast. I have a podcast called Electric Leftovers. Just about to start our 8th year. I'd be happy to advertise your podcast on my podcast, Electric Leftovers. It's called Electric Leftovers. It's a podcast. Love you.
Yeah, but what does he get out of it if he?
Jason, I just invoiced you for that ad, by the way.
But I mean, does he get something out of us saying Electric Leftovers over and over again on our show?
Yes, he gets a sense of hope that Electric Leftovers will draft audience from ours.
So then, is he going to also make the ad for us, or are we going to do a funny, hilarious bit that we're going to do?
No.
Hi, about the kid.
No, the joke was really just that he advertised on our show while talking about advertising on his show.
Well, I knew that. I was playing the dumb guy.
Well,
Jesus Christ. I can't play the dumb guy.
Once again, you've outdumbed me. Damn you, Kindler.
B.D. West wants to know and say, was watching Stop Making Sense and thought you gents might find these lyrics apropos.
Do this. Okay. Hi, 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 hi. Oh, hi, 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 hi. One time, too many, too far to go. And we come to take you home. Woo-hoo.
Oh my God!
I think I
That was
I think I
very
gave that its
stirring.
due. I think I gave that its due.
It's
But
stirring.
his real
too.
point was, hi.
Hi,
I didn't get that. Hi. That's going to be in the musical of our show.
B.D. West also says, I think of you two as the Jackie Gleason and Orson Welles of Sherman Oaks, the Great One and the O-Meister.
We get a lot of, I wouldn't say respect from the people who listen to the show, but we get a lot of agita as the thought shoo. Johnny Whoops says, sometimes late when things are real, people share the gift of gab between themselves. Some are quick to take the bait and catch the perfect prize that waits among the shells. I read that from the beginning like it was going to be a rhyme. This proves that if the tune and vibes are good, the lyrics can go out the door. Tin Man. Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man. I'm Johnny Whoops, 65 degrees downtown. I'm Johnny Whoops. With you all night long on the quiet schnorrer.
Q-Mock.
You go.
No, you.
Okay, I'll do it. No, you. Q-Mock says, what makes you happy? Q-Mock, you know what makes me happy? I hate to quote Bull Durham. I like haircuts that are long. I like wet kisses that are smelly.
I laughed too early because I really think you had another couple in you, and I blew it.
Well, I see what happens when you remember something, then you remember you don't like Susan Sarandon,
right.
And then you're out of the bit.
Right. Bear the Dad. I don't have an answer for what makes me happy. I'm still searching for it.
I think when people ask questions like that, it makes me happy. Why did I do that? That was sarcastic.
That's because you're a simpleton.
Huh? I don't understand what you mean.
Bear the Dad says, no questions right now. 2022 has beaten the curiosity right out of me. Thankfully, listening to your back catalog all year long helped me to make this year bearable. I just wanted to tell you all Happy New Year and best wishes for 2023. Thank you, Bear the Dad.
Thank you, Bear the Dad. And let me tell you something. Just like one of the guys I'm the guy who thinks his show is like somehow the
saving people, curing people.
Yeah, let me give you. Some of you older listeners could take a page out of Bear the Dad. What am I saying? He's like, I guess it would be one of those shows where you're
maybe turn your attitude towards gratitude just a little bit in this new year.
We're angry at our guests on this no show. Seth Dick the Third.
Turn your attitude towards gratitude. That's my fucked up platitude.
You're not that's not that far from an actual morning zoo person.
Thank you. Wait a second.
Hold it. Seth Dick the Third says, I'm watching an episode from the 7th season of Facts of Life. Not a single joke, not even laugh track in the last 15 minutes. Just a lot of actresses chewing scenery and George Clooney paying dues. You'd think I was an invalid. Now, first of all, Seth Dick the Third, I don't think you're supposed to call people invalids. You're saying that they're not valid.
He was saying that.
Oh, well, you are.
He was calling himself an invalid for not even.
His character
I think for not turning the channel, really.
Is Facts of Life a show that would sometimes get real serious at the end, the last 15 minutes?
I think it just got not funny. It's different from getting serious. But there was
Which one is the Fact of Life? Thick? Is Thick in the Facts of Life?
No, well, he wrote the theme song.
Oh, that's why I confused it. Okay.
No, it was Charlotte Rae and then the girls.
I don't know that show. Was there someone?
It was a
Tootie?
girls' school. Yeah, there was Tootie. Good. Things are happening.
Oh, the Golden
There was Tootie,
Girls.
there was Joe, there was Blair, and there was Natalie.
Was this your time period?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you thought it was like good?
I never thought it was good, but it was on.
It was on.
It was
right.
on. Those are two very different things.
Like I told you, my nephew Dylan could have written a book about when he was in college and high school, things that are good to do your homework by.
Yeah, no, I know. My TV was never off, so Something had to be on. But the thing about those late seasons of Facts of Life were grim. Because they were all adults at this point, and so they were real. So the premise was even wearing thin that they would all be living in the same place after school. So they were all adults. And as actresses, they were all like trying to glam themselves up a lot more for their next gig. Trying to test.
How old were they supposed to be going in the first?
I think they started. They started in as like high schoolers at a boarding school.
Oh, okay, right.
But after they were post-college age, and still living above the old bake shop or whatever they were in by that point.
And isn't the Facts of Life always a thinly veiled reference to sex?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, not even really.
Or procurement.
Procurement?
That's how I plan to get. That's how Jews get babies.
You're thinking of Klinger, I think.
Klinger, still a solid character, I say. Christopher Citro says, do we cover the last one yet?
Yeah, I think we more than covered the last one.
Happy New Year, he says. Do you guys have any favorite toasts? I'm partial to the one from the Columbo episode, Any Port in a Storm. May our enemies never be as happy as we are at this moment. The fact that it's Donald Pleasance saying it makes it all the more delicious. He is one of my favorite Columbo characters, and in more than one episode, do we think?
Donald Pleasance? I don't know.
He wasn't that.
I don't share the same Columbo obsession. I love Columbo, but I don't watch it.
I wonder if this is the one where he marks on the.
That's not the point, Andy. It's not the point. There's a question. The question is simply,
why?
What's your favorite toast?
What did I do? Mine is. Oh, here's mine.
Okay.
May the good. You ready?
Sure. Yes. I'm raising my glass right now.
Okay. May the good Lord hit you in the hood. I don't come from a background. Jews don't make toast.
Jews don't drink.
The Irish, it's always a suffering. And
the Jewish toast is like with your mouth full, I think.
And like
the Jewish toast is this. May all of your teeth fall out, except for one so you have a toothache.
You should get cancer, as they said in Stardust Memories, which we almost watched the other night. What a great story. What a great story. What a great story that you've related. Put it in a story. Put it in the band.
Stephen L. Yates has something grand. I continue to enjoy every test show. Thank you, Jelvis. Thank you, Andy. A few cups of coffee is the least one can do for you two menches.
Aww.
Never let it be said that Stephen L. Yates is a schnorrer.
Oh, Stephen, you've been more than...
He did, in fact, give us a coffee dump this week.
That is such a nice... And you have no reason to do it.
A whole air pot full of coffee.
You've been... Now, can you tell me again, since it just came up, and why I can't remember what a schnorrer is?
A schnorrer is a freeloader, a low-class individual.
Norman Mailer's grandfather said that all the rabbis from Eastern Europe were schnorrers.
Yeah.
I could see how the rabbi could be a schnorrer in the right situation. And even where he would, because I could see, because Jews can be not, they could be a little complaining even when they're in the role of helping a family through tough times.
Yes,
right?
But more than that, if you were a Jew, if you were a rabbi from Eastern Europe, you were a freeloader, essentially. You were counting on this congregation to support you.
It makes me laugh so hard. Hey, you want to get, you know what you should get into? Rabbying. Get into rabbying.
Yes.
Shiftless Element says, has Andy mentioned Justin Verlander and Kate Upton on this episode yet? I want to make sure he doesn't break his DiMaggio-like streak. Wow, that's...
DiMaggio used to date Marilyn Monroe. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, why the fact that someone could get very excited about their next season, and let me add to that.
And their wife.
She's so cute. Someone wrote an email to me in the email space and implying that we got more players than just Justin Verlander. But my attention span does not. Do you know who else we got?
Yeah, you got I can't remember his name, the shortstop from the Minnesota Twins this year.
That's good then, right?
Well, but then there was some sort of medical thing with his physical, so I don't know what happened after that. So.
Oh, I hate when people do that. They hide the fact that they lost
He's
an arm,
missing a leg. Yeah.
Yeah, that used to happen all the time back in the old days.
That was the
before
Stratton
they had
story,
the rules. That was well. First of all, have they stopped the football lying to pretend you hurt your knee to get a timeout? They were doing it every fake timeouts every 2 seconds to stop the game when the other team was moving forward.
Yeah.
Have they stopped it?
They stopped the clock with it.
Why don't you read the next one?
Walt Nada says, "What's my price, fuckface?" Or "What's my price, fuckface?" I'm not sure what the intonation.
Hey, what's my price, fuckface? Hey, fuckface. Hey, I'll do it like Phil Spector did in that movie. That's not Phil Spector's movie. Huh? Going here? You think I want to get funny? See? Huh? A little funny. He gives a knife in the guy's nose. It's not Phil Spector, but it's someone like a Phil Spector
In Chinatown.
Yeah. So who would be the director?
It was Roman Polanski.
Yeah, but he's Phil Spector to me now. He's the new Phil Spector. Who would you say is more talented, Roman Polanski or Phil Spector? Roman Polanski. No, they were both very talented.
They were both
people.
very talented. The talent was never the problem with either of them, really.
Sous Vide says, "What if I told you that Janie?" Oh, this could be tough. What if I told you that Janie was actually a piano virtuoso, but played badly to irritate her father, who favored her idiot sister Zuzu? Zuzu would recklessly get sick to get distracted George's attention, and Janie purposely revved up the tension in the house. Let me tell you something, Sous Vide. You made that question almost daring me to be the one who read it, because it was really hard. I had to put all of my brains into that.
Yeah.
Distracted and words like revved up.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I don't believe it. I think that Janie's piano playing was so poor that it actually made her a bad person.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She should not be loved. Love should have been withheld from her.
Like your voice was.
You know, Josh, after all these years of therapy, you can't get me anymore.
For I know I can sing. I'm a man. I'm a Jew who sings.
I enjoyed that more because you have house guests.
I was like, I'm willing. In other words, I'm willing to be like nice, except I had to belt that one out. I'm sorry, everybody. I had to belt that one out.
Perush, I think for a second week in a row now, Perush is back. I like that. Heard about Kenny and Zook shutting down. Here's a deep cut. Andy mentions meeting Frank Conniff and Trace Beaulieu in Portland way back in Test Show 2. Love a concerned viewer. Also a Test Show 2 reference.
Hey, did I ever tell you that I met, I don't know if I mentioned to you that I met, you know what's closing? Is Kenny and Zook's.
I know, it's sad. Very sad. Sad 2 weeks in a row now.
I know, but I'm trying to make you do a bit, even though you know him.
I don't have a bit for you.
Do you remember when we went to Portland? This would be only good if it was the final episode. You know what I mean?
But yes, we all ate at Kenny and Zook's together.
Yes, that was so much fun.
M. Lensom says, Happy New Year, gents, and a very fond good riddance to 2022. Any hopes for 2023? Please give me some hope. Much love. I have plenty of hope. I'm racked with hope for 2023 because I have no other choice.
You feel good. You do feel better about it, right? Is it like a thing that's going to happen, you think? Or we feel better? We all do feel better about it. Those of us with souls.
Well, I just feel like I got one more good run in me, and it's got to start soon.
Well, I'm all full of beans reading about Norman Mailer. That guy, he didn't just embrace life. He punched it in the face and suffocated it and then stabbed it twice at the end of a drunken party. Folks, if you were Norman Mailer fans, you'd be on the floor from this hilarious reference to him stabbing his second wife. Chuck Cease is back. I don't know if he's been around.
I don't know either.
Much love to you, M. Letson.
Yes.
M, you are the cream of the coffee of 2023. I'm so tired, obviously. So we're with you. Chuck, why do I have to add anything? Chuck C said,
It's hard on everybody.
Oh, yeah, really. It reaches a critical mass of annoyance. Chuck C says, Coke or Pepsi? Happy New Year. That's kind of like if it's a serious question, I still think that I probably prefer Coke, but I like Pepsi too.
I strongly prefer Coke.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was just trying to make it interesting, back and forth with us.
John Dunbar says, did you guys see the Grammy salute to Paul Simon? Josh's dear friend Susanna Hoff stole the show. When Woody Harrelson walked out, he received a standing ovation. Can anyone explain to me why?
I think he's a beloved figure.
He is a beloved figure. I think he might just be that good a hang.
I think he is. Yeah, it's Woody fucking Harrelson. Let's do this.
There's just not a lot of people in Hollywood who actually seem like a good hang. So I think he gets extra credit.
Yeah, he's also kind of eccentric in a charming way, and Bill Murray's becoming less charming.
Yes, I think it's the same exact niche, and you're right. John Dunbar, I also wanted to... Oh, I'm sorry. Also, yes, I did see the Grammy salute to Paul Simon. Wasn't the Grammy salute, but whoever salute it was to Paul Simon was really good, actually. There was a lot of good covers, and Susanna Hoff was really good doing Hazy Shade of Winter. And
which the Bangles did, of course. I don't know. I have to come in. What? He has to come in with his extra comment, like no one didn't know that.
And yeah, it was really good. And Take Six did Lady Smith Black Mambazo, which was really great. And it was all good. It was surprisingly good. Yeah, it was like last week.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did Louis C.K. win another Grammy?
It wasn't the Grammys.
Album?
It wasn't the Grammys. It was a 2-hour Paul Simon salute.
Oh, I have to. He's one of my heroes. Why did nobody tell me? I'm sure I can see it.
I bet you can. Unfortunately, probably on Paramount Plus.
Should we do
but if you can see it, it's quite good.
We're down to the last. Sorry, but we're down to the last two. But we may have more from.
We have some from the Gram.
Take it away, my man.
All right. Esai 76 says, as a kid, I went to the Rose Parade. It sucked. Had to wake up at 3 a.m. It was cold, and I got lost with my aunt's really nice blanket. After an hour, they found me, and my aunt was so happy to have her blanket. Me lost in a sea of people was okay with her. Happy New Year's, guys.
You know, I have to tell you something.
The beach story.
That's a story. What's that?
You said I have to tell you something, and I said the beach story.
Well, the thing is that if you were like me and that was like my parents, that would have traumatized me for the rest of my life because they really had no idea where I was. And I think adults not knowing where the kid should be is a recipe for trouble.
See, whereas I used my parents not knowing where I was as a key strategy as a child.
Because you never felt abandoned.
That's true. Esai, I'm sorry they lost you for those 2 minutes that time, Andy. I really am.
Oh my God. To me, the character who is the funniest character, I think, in the history of comedy is the guy who literally accepts no trauma that someone else understood. How about when my father was killed in front of me? Yeah, he was also annoying, wasn't he?
Well,
that was the best
maybe
example.
If you told me the story of your father getting killed in front of you that many times, I would probably start to desensitize.
I love it.
Josh and Andy, Eastside 76 continues. Thank you for the podcast. Not only is it a fun must listen, but wanted to shout out and big ups to show appreciation for the Thought Spiral community. Interacting with them has been fun as hell. I was even a guest on a podcast. Happy fucking New Year.
Thank you, Eastside 76. Don't make me get weepy, but you make us, you know what, Eastside 76? A man like you bring and we never had a Mexican. I'm trying to do like a bad impression of somebody. Well, I think I did a good job. Thank you.
Of a human is what you did.
Thank you, Eastside 76. This year, even more test episodes and even more shoddy. I mean, even more fun.
Right. No. I'm really glad that if people have connected with each other through the show. And I'm really glad that we have people here, period.
And what better time is it to talk about our 2023 January cruise, Thought Spiral Cruise.
I thought you were going to go with Pledge Drive.
Get your tickets.
From the gram, we have Daisy Petunia saying, if monkeys enjoyed bubblegum, what flavor would it be? Banana? I don't think so. Nice firm handshake says.
That's great.
Can't believe I only found Thought Spiral after Andy's latest appearance on Fitzdog Radio. Again, Andy, the power of promotion. And you bet I'm catching up on all the previous test episodes. I've never used Twitter, so I was super pleased to hear about the switch so I could leave this non-question. I love the show. Thank you.
See?
Thank you.
That's
nice
wonderful to hear.
Yes.
And I go, see, Josh? Someone likes the show. What's my character there? See? Josh, I told you it wasn't the worst experience of both of our lives, bar none. You added bar none at the end.
Yeah. Dan Wade says, and it was nice enough for him to actually put the text Dan Wade says into the questions for me. Josh, let me pitch you a new documentary for you to produce. The old people from that Simon and Garfunkel recording, where are they now?
Kids and children, that's how we
I can't get through
I
the next
never
48
saw
hours.
a man who couldn't enjoy a soup.
His own room. His own fakakta room and his own fashimilta.
I was up.
Oh, that
That's
song
funny.
depresses me, and I'm almost 70. I'm almost 70.
Terribly strange to be 70.
Will you promise to make a music video
Yes.
when I'm 70?
Yes, if you promise
not
to
gonna
sit
be
on a park
70.
bench for me.
Yes, but you're not going to be the other bookend. You're 10 years younger than me or 12 years younger.
Yes.
So you can be
15, let's be clear.
15. Well, should I have someone else who's 70 with me? Or should it just be sad enough that I'm 70?
Maybe just a skeleton.
So how do you feel, Andy? It's really it is terribly strange to be 70.
And the head falls off the other guy.
That you mean like that hilarious commercial for WeWork?
Yes.
I have spent time saying that I don't love that commercial to myself. I've argued with myself. I don't love those commercials.
I understand.
What's the point of that?
Dan Wade is back. And he even wrote, Dan Wade is back to say, Andy, thanks again for contributing to John Solomon's Christmas marathon this year. Your story was a big hit.
That makes me so happy. It's been years that I wanted to do it. And he's lucky that he asked me because it would have been a song. It would have been one of my songs when I get my TIAC up and running.
Bullet dodged, America. Bullet dodged.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
And finally, PB
Not a
Adams.
moment too soon.
PB Adams says, wrote a joke. A beautiful wedding in a big church. Every seat filled. They come to the speak now or forever hold your peace part. A tall, grim man in a dark suit stands up, and everyone gasps. He walks slowly to the altar, every eye following him. He leans into the microphone and says, no comment. That's the joke. That's it.
I kind of like it. It's like a dada.
Kinda, yeah. It's more of a scene than a joke.
You know, here's the thing, Josh.
And speaking of scenes, if you like our scene, go to buymeacoffee.com/thought spiral and leave us a cup.
You know the thing,
Or
Josh,
go get a cameo. It's like having Andy Kindler stop by your house and forget things. It's fantastic. I do it twice a week.
Yeah, the other day I was walking and you were texting me and I was like, as I was walking, I was like, should I tell him I'm walking right by the house? That occurred to me as a wholesome thought.
If you did it once, would it get you excited if I stood in the window and waved really excitedly?
It would.
All right.
But then I would think it was you had pressure to do it.
No, well, if you want to set it up one day, I'll throw you a bone.
Which window?
That's what you'll have to figure out.
And it could be on the second floor. I'm
It's
assuming
definitely
second floor.
It's going to be a second floor window.
This is exciting.
I think there's like 5 on that side of the house.
This
it
is
could
very
be any one of
exciting.
the 5.
I'm going to do this.
All
I mean, but again, let's not make it a thing. And don't think that means that I won't also at the same point. I'm a man. I'm a Jew who sings.